Hello, this is Schnazzy hitting you up with another tutorial. Today I'm going to teach you the basics of ADSR. So I opened up Serum here, and if you want to know what the whole Serum looks like, this is what it looks like. So I highly recommend Serum for beginners as it's easier to see what you're doing to the sound. For example, in envelopes you can see what's happening to the sound here. Or in Detune, you can see the different voices happening, and even though it costs $200, you can still get the demo version for free. You just have to make a sound for 20 minutes, and I think that's more than enough to learn how to use Serum. So today I'm just going to talk about the basic ADSR. A stands for attack, D stands for decay, S stands for sustain, and R stands for release. So I'm showing you the bottom half of Serum here, and we're only going to be focusing on this envelopes portion and focus on the keyboard as well. So I have a basic saw wave up, so you can see when I'm pressing the MIDI here. So attack is basically how long does it take for the sound to enter and how does it enter. So for example, this would be a very long attack. And this would be a very short one. Or this one, if there's no attack at all, it makes this tiny clicking sound, which you could use in plucks. This is just what a pluck would look like. Okay, so in addition, in Serum you can do this. You can change the way it is. So this means the attack comes really quickly, and this means it comes really slowly. And then here there's a huge increase in the sound. So that's basically what attack is, and this is a high attack. So let's just remove the attack for now. So next thing would be decay. Decay is actually, let's first start with sustain. So sustain is how long. So for example, if I hold the note like this, the note remains the same. Okay, but if sustain is basically at what volume will the sound be when you're holding down the note. So this is like the end result. Even if the attack is for 5 seconds, the end result will be here. So after 5 seconds, for eternity, it will stay at this volume, at this dB. So, for example, an up sustain would be like this. And that just means that it's holding down the note at the same volume. For example, here, if you go like this, then there's a decrease in volume, as you can see. Or if you have no sustain at all, it just goes down, regardless of how long you hold the note. See, the sound is long gone, but I'm still holding down the note over here. So next thing would be decay. Decay is basically how the distance between attack and sustain. So if the sustain is really high, regardless of the decay, if you have it like this. So in this case, it doesn't really visualize what's happening, but the decay. So if there's no decay, the sustain is still all the way up. Therefore, you'll still make a sound. So this doesn't really mean anything. This doesn't mean anything. So, but however, if you change the sustain, then the decay means something. This is usually used in plucks, and this has the same way you can do this, the same way you did with attack. So this would be a long decay, short decay, and this would be so yeah. So I highly advise you experimenting with it to understand what's going on, because you can only understand what's happening if you actually act on it. So release is what happens when I release the sound. So let's keep this all the way up again. So you can clearly see it here, what's happening. So the sustain is all the way up, which means the sustain is that dot over there. So no matter how long I hold the note for, it will stay like that. But once I let go the note, it releases like that. So if I hold it and let go, that should be a long release, a short release. It has the same way to do with attack and decay, where you can go like that. So this is what this looks like. Look on the MIDI down here to see how long I'm holding the note, to see when I'm releasing the note, which is why this is called release, versus this way. Okay, so those are the basics of sound design, which is the envelope. So what you tend to do is that you don't use just one, as I explained it, use multiple at the same time. For example, a basic pluck sound, if you don't know what a pluck is, let me just get a stock pluck from Serum itself. Okay, so anyways, let's go back to our sound design. So here, if you put a little bit of attack and a little bit of release, it has a nice sound that's not too hard when pressing it, not too hard when releasing it. Yeah, so if everything is default to envelope 1 here. There's hold. So this isn't used in all synthesizers. Serum has it though, as you can see. So hold is if, again, just like decay, it's not really helpful if the sustain's all the way up. So if you put the sustain all the way down, hold is basically how long is the volume at its utmost level. And this can be very helpful when, for example, your decay is extremely short and you want it to be all the way up. You can just put a hold. Versus, it's just going to be smaller in volume. So that's it for today. Thank you.